Hi, it's Cindy Fodor here with Stamp the Love, and it is Make It Monday. I'm so excited to be back with you today. Sorry I missed you last week. It just couldn't be helped along with everything that was going on. I had some dental issues. It was just long and drawn out, and still ongoing a little bit, but I think it's getting better. So hopefully on the path to recovery there. So while you're popping on, I just want to talk about a couple things before we get into the projects for tonight. I will say tonight's projects are going to be the projects I did at class this month, and they are so exciting. So maybe go grab a drink quick. Actually, listen to me first, and then go grab something to drink or a snack. I will try to be quick, but I know that that you'll want to see like exactly how to do them. So what I wanted to talk to you about is today started a special that Stampin' Up! Is doing. They're having 3 days of free shipping on orders of $75 or more. That's exciting. It's never happened before. So a great time to just stock up on your supplies. I know I need adhesive and different things. Anyways, a good time to do that. But, so that's all great. But I want to offer you another option that's even better, but we don't think of it this way. And I think I'm going to knock your socks off here. So get ready. And this was shared by one of our male demonstrators on another group that I'm on, and I was like, oh yeah, I agree. Word. Yeah. So $75 order, get free shipping. Or what if you signed up as a demonstrator this month? The special that's going on is $35 off of the kit, which is normally $99. So that would mean $65 is the cost. That's always free shipping. Okay. You pick $125 worth of product. So you only pay $65 for $125. So that's way more than just the free shipping, right? That's almost 50% more that you're getting. And then in addition to that, you have 3 months at least, actually, because this is October, you have almost 5 or 6 months to get a 20% discount off of everything, and more. You can earn more, of course, as you go, and you can make that last as long as you want it to, but without any requirements or anything, you can get that discount for at least 5 more months. The other thing is, I'm just trying to tell you all of the benefits. Not only do you get to be part of our wonderful team, which is the Joyful Heart Stampers, and we have a great support group going. You also, right now, we have an on-stage event, which is sort of like the convention for Stampin' Up! It's a new name for that. And it is it's an online event in November. And the cost is $77 for demonstrators, but anybody who signs up in October gets that event for free. Okay? So what are we saving here? We're saving at least 60, let's see. Yeah, at least $60 on $125 worth of product. We're saving shipping, which is now 11%. Okay, so that's on $125 is what? $13, something like that. Maybe 14. And then that gives you free shipping as well. So I forgot to tell my husband that I was recording tonight, or today, and he was yelling for me, and I should have told him. I usually tell him, hey, I'm recording, don't call me. But anyways, so I just wanted to share that with you before I go in with the project. So please take advantage of the free shipping if you like. Absolutely. On the next screen, you'll see the host code that you can use this month in order to get these projects that I'm going to show you. Or take advantage of the other great kit. special, okay? Or talk to me about it if you have questions. A lot of people are nervous to sign up as a demonstrator because they're afraid they might not be able to meet expectations. And I just want you to know there are no expectations from anybody except for what you impose on yourself. So it's everybody come, everybody have fun, everybody get what you want, stay as long as you want, and when it no longer meets your needs, then you can walk away, and we'll still be friends. People can go back to be paying customers of mine again. I'm totally okay with that. And so I just want you to know that, but I'm still happy to talk to you if you have questions that still need answered before you can make that decision. But I would encourage you to decide that before these free shipping days are over, because you'll want to take advantage probably of one or the other. Okay, so yeah, and I will also put the link to sign up as well on here, that hopefully you can just grab that. I don't know if you can copy that. I'm not sure how I can do that, but I'll try to get that to you, or just message me and I'll send you the link, and that will be the perfect way to do it. All right, so let's flip over to the other camera and get started. So I'll first introduce all of our cards to you and sort of give you an order when I'm going to be doing them, so that if you need to skip forward and just see a certain one later, you can. So this one, I'm using the deckled circles, a new set of dies to do this pieced. Great way to use up your scrap pieces of designer paper. I love this card. It's gotten a lot of great reviews, so I hope that you will enjoy this too. And I'm going to show you a really, really easy way to do it. It's very quick. And this is going to be the very last card, so make sure that you stay with me the whole time. The first card I'm going to show you is this fun fold, and we'll get started with that shortly. And then we have this cute Trucking Along, which this set is finally back in stock. So many of you will be very happy about that if you didn't get it on the first go round. And I'll show you how to do lots of different steps on here. And then we have this cute one. These two will be the middle part of the sandwich. And I'll show you this really fun embossing folder and a cute set. So stay tuned and don't miss out on any of those. So let's start with this one. I just want to sort of give you how it looks inside and show you what I'm using to do this. It's called Layering Leaves, and this punch was out of stock, which I would have done this card like 2 months ago. I had it ready, but the punch was not available, and I was sad because I wanted things to be available for you, hopefully, when I do these classes. But in case it's something that you like. So this set was designed by, I think it was Rachel Tessman's $1 million set. And it coordinated with the punch that we already had. So that was really cool. So let's go ahead and go over. I did want to grab my measuring, my cutter. Words are difficult some days. So this is 4 inches by 4 by 9 1/4. And I just want to give you score lines real quick. So the first score line is at 3 1/4. The second score line is at 5 1/4. Excuse me. And the third score line is at 7 1/4. Okay? So that's what you need to know for that. And then, of course, our base card is just half a sheet, 4 1/4 by 8 by 11. And I did put I sort of tacked my piece of designer paper on so that it would sort of stay where it's supposed to. So let's go ahead and tack that in place. I didn't glue the whole thing down just because the piece that I cut out of here, I don't really want it sticking to the cardstock because I could use this circle piece for something else. And so, yeah, we just tacked that down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put some inside of here too. All right, so now we're in place, and I just forgot to turn my phone off. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop my computer from making sounds. All right, let's go ahead and fold these. So these shorter folds, if you can see those, the 2-inch are gonna fold like this. So not like a fan. Let me see if I'm doing that right. Oh, this last one, the last one folds like this. Okay, so that we have that look. Let's go ahead and burnish those edges to make them nice and sharp. And this one can be just a hair tricky. So, and it's been, like I said, I had this ready 2 months ago. So hopefully I can remember how to do this for you. I did do a card similar to this then I decided, since I had this one ready for class, I made one that was open the other way. And yeah. All right, so now what we want to do is glue this down here. So we just want that portion to stick to our card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little glue here and here and along the bottom here. And then what you can do is just put it right in here, center it. You can see we have about 1/8 of an inch on either side. Close it and hope that you didn't get your glue outside of that spot. Okay, there we go. All right, now this piece then, what I did was, if you just glue it down here, your card might not fold perfectly. So what I suggest, go ahead and put glue on this base piece. And then fold your card closed like it should be. You want to make sure that everything is lining up in here, which I have it a little crooked, it looks like. And then close this down flat. That way it will always lay flat for you. When you're making these cards, that's the most important thing. You got to be able to fold your card closed. Okay, so there we go. We've got that part done. Now we have the pieces. This piece we cut out already, and we're going to use that as our as part of our front piece. And then we're going to stamp on this. Let me go ahead and put this on. To put this in place, you want to glue only on this bottom portion. If you look at the card, you'll see that the top portion is loose. So I'm just gluing down here. Little frowny face. Can you see that? It looks like a some of those emojis that you wish you had when you were typing to somebody or doing a message. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and stamp this. Let me just scoot everything out of the way here. And I'm going to grab my mat because we are using photopolymer stamps. And I'm going to make this, actually, you know, I love the sending hugs. I don't know about you, but I don't have enough sayings that say, like, things like that. Now, we do have a nice best wishes. What else is here? Excuse me, so sorry. Thinking of you. So I will do this one as a thinking of you, just so that we do something a little different on this one. Now if I can see where I'm at. It doesn't matter if it's straight because it's on a circle, right? And then just take that off. And then we have, I love the speckle stamp in this set. So we're going to add that, same diff, right? So we're going to put that on here. All right. Now, then I have a piece of white paper. Okay. So I just did like a 2-inch piece of paper, and we're going to stamp one of the leaf images on here. And what I like to do is look at my punch and see which direction it's going, so that depending on where I've stamped it on my paper, I have a little control over how it's going to fit in here. So let's just line that up. You know, something I didn't do, which it's not lining up well. So I want to give you a little trick. let me just grab this and a piece of scrap paper. Sorry, it's very messy. And I'm just going to lay this down because it's nice that these photopolymers, they're easy to like move to a certain shape that you want. But when you're lining up with a punch or a die, you want them to line up exactly as they are made for that stamp or that punch. So let me just try another one and see if I get a better result in my lining up. And I might just be really bad, but isn't that a pretty stamp? It is just so pure and solid and gorgeous. Yes, that's much better. All right, so now you know a little trick about that. Throw the stamp down and then put the block on it. Okay, now it's perfect. I'm happy with that. Okay, let me just close these. I think I'm finished and I don't want to stick my hands in them. And let's just put this together. So we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive on here. I was looking for some bling and I failed to grab that to bring in here. So I'll just have to show you the sample. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of green glue on this. And usually with these leafy type things, I don't like to completely glue them down because I like them to have a little movement, and especially I want to go off the edge here. So I didn't want to put glue on every spot. Plus you also want to stay very light with your green glue so that you don't have it squishing out here like I do, because that just makes a messy looking card. Okay, and then it makes it hard to tie your ribbon when your fingers are all gluey. So we just want a little bow of our linen thread. And I don't have any ribbon scissors in here, so we'll see if that cuts good. And then I'm going to just tack this on the edge of this glue dot, peel it off, and then just wrap that glue dot back around here so that it's not visible on the front of my card. Now it's rolled up like a little glue ball. And then you can pop that on there. And then we have our little embellishments of designer paper from the Welcome In paper. In fact, all of the paper in this card is from that. So I'm just going to put this across the bottom just to break up that long designer paper. I thought it needed something to break that up. And then this pretty one will go on the inside on our on the little wall here, and then the bottom part you'll be able to write on or stamp a saying or something in there. So all right, so that is it. That's it for that card, plus the any little bling you want to put on there, and then we will pop over to the next one. Okay, here's our next card. I'm going to try to do this really quickly. It's not a difficult card. We're going to start with our 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock base. And then I have the 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece done with this gorgeous embossing folder. And I just love this little gingerbread guy here. Before I stick that on, we're going to put some ribbon around it. And this ribbon, I think, is also from the holiday catalog. And I'm just going to do a faux bow. There's a couple ways you can do it. I'm going to do it this way because I think it's going to be easiest. Oops. I usually like to do this, you know, if you've watched me, I like to do the whole way around edges that are embossed because I don't want it buckling, and I think that just looks tacky, and I want to put a little bit on that ribbon there to double hold that. I'll go across here. It just works for this paper better too if you are doing continuous with it. Now I just seriously brought a pair of ribbon scissors, or I picked up a pair. Oh, they're there. Ribbon. And then I'll come down across here. Oops. It's caught on the ribbon. Oh no, oh no. Okay. Let's pop him back on there and make sure that he's still straight before we finish this. Oh, talk about tragedy. Okay, let me do what I normally do on my ribbon is just come down this way. That way nothing can catch that's not supposed to catch. And then I'll finish that. Okay, now we're good. We'll pop this on here and lay that nice and flat. And then this piece I can just do a half knot. If I can get it. It's a real soft cotton. It's really pretty, but it's like sticking to the other piece of cotton. So you don't need to tie a knot with this because it will stay. It'll hold really nicely just with that loose knot like that. And then we can just give it a little trim. I gave plenty because I know sometimes people struggle with tying knots with smaller pieces. All right, let's finish stamping real quick, or do the stamping real quick. And I'm using, oh, I didn't show you. Shoot, I didn't bring the stamp set in. Let me grab that real quick. Okay, this is the stamp set that I used. I don't typically buy this kind of stamp set, but there were a lot of things in this that I loved, and this was the main one. And I also thought that this could be really cute just as a thing of gifts. What I saw in this is that if I cut this saying out of here, I could use this mug for almost anything, you know, around the holiday time. So I did cut the center out of that with an X-Acto knife, and I'm actually going to use 'Tis the Season instead of Have a Cup of Cheer. So you have two choices to put in there. But yeah, I thought that was a really cute set. I haven't played with the other things yet, but hopefully I'll have some other ideas to show you later. So we're going to stamp this in black memento. And I'm just going to put my mat down just because it's a large stamp and I have my surface is not completely smooth. So I want to make sure I get all of it because I'm not using a Stamparatus, so it's all got to go correct at the right time. There we go. And we're going to color before I finish stamping my greeting in here. And I'm just using a few blends. I didn't want this to be a difficult card to make. So I'm going to use my light blend around the edge. And I want that to blend, so I'm going to use my color lifter to just try to blend that color a little bit. And we'll give it some time to work because it'll soak in there and it will blend that color a little. I don't want it going outside, so I'm staying pretty close to the inside line that I created with my marker. And then while that's working, let's go ahead and put a little bit of color inside here. It's going to be a little darker because it's inside. Okay, a little bit over here. All right, let's see how this is doing. I'm going to use my other tip for the blender and just sort of rough that up. You can see how it got lighter as we were working there. All right, and then I'm just going to come back in with the same light, that's dark, the light Lost Lagoon. And I'm just going to go right along this very edge because I want that edge to definitely look darker. Like I said, I want this to be simple, but I'm not making it very simple, am I? Okay. And let's see, I probably should do this real quick. We'll just do the handle solid. And maybe a little shading. I have trouble using blends and not shading because that's what they're great about, right? Okay. And then I did grab just a regular red marker because I'm just staying within the lines and I just wanted solid berries. I wanted them to be red. And then I did do a little bit here on the candy cane. And then I was thinking, you know, when you make hot chocolate, and I don't have a Wink of Stella pen in here. Okay. There's supposed to be one in here, but there's not. But I was thinking the marshmallows would look really cute, shimmery, like Wink of Stella. Oh, and I did want to do a couple. Sorry, my supplements this morning seem to have caught in my throat. And now they're bothering me. I miss these berries down here. Okay, there we go. All right, let's do this. I cut this out of one of the Christmas sets, and I just love this edge piece. You've seen it before. I've used it several times. And I'm just using this part. It actually has this and this on the other side and a tag in between. Sorry, I didn't bring that in here to show you, but I just wanted one of these, and I just wanted a little something to go on the edge of here. Like so. And then we'll grab some dimensionals and we'll pop this up and we will be finished with this card. Oh shoot, I forgot to stamp. I forgot to stamp my, that's because I waited till after I finished coloring. On my other card, if you look at this, you can see how my red S blended because I was blending out that color, so I wanted to wait. So I hope that I can smash this down far enough to grab that. There we go. Okay, I need one more dimensional, and there we go. All finished. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me. We've got 2 more to go. Okay, ready for our third card, which is this one, the cute truck. I saw somebody did this with a little trailer thing, and I was just, oh, I was so in love. So I had to try it. I do have a couple other ideas that I want to show you now because I know I'm going to forget when I get to the end of this card. So this is the stamp set and the punch. So it is a bundle. And it was available as of last week, so I'm pretty sure, hopefully it's still in stock that you can get it. Here are a couple other cards that I was playing with. The music notes embossed in the background, so just a really simple, quick card. Here's one where I used some masking and put several loads of the packages in the truck. And then this one just has lots and lots of trucks stamped on it. I think this is a fishing paper in the background from the fishing set. And these little banners here are from He's the Man, I think it's called. But check out the truck, the little sideboards and the flowers in that. So there's so many pieces in the set that you just, like, you can't stop. Okay. So to start with, when I designed this card, I didn't have any Christmas paper. So this is, again, the fishing paper. You see the fishing lures on the back. And we are creating a Christmas paper out of it. And I'm going to try to be as quick as I can. Let's see, I'm going to do a few lines. I'm using our new markers. And they have a nicer bullet tip or writing tip. So it gives you a little more ink than our previous ones did. And I'm just going to wing these and throw in a couple here and there. Just using a straight edge. And trying to make it straight. Let me scoot up here a little bit. And I just want to create a plaid, so as soon as I do these, I'm going to go the opposite direction and create a Christmassy plaid. I think we all seem to love plaids at Christmas or anytime, but I don't know, even if you don't like plaid in clothing, it's still really cool, and it seems to, maybe it goes in spurts, I don't know, but always happy to have a plaid. I know we have that tartan plaid paper that came out online last month, I believe. And no, it's more of a check, but okay. I said I would be quick, right? Okay. That looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get this plaid going this way. I might do a few close together here. And again, I'm not measuring. Maybe when I get to the end, I'll be like, why didn't I measure and do that better? But I want people to be able to do this project quick and easy, and so I'm trying to make it as quick and easy as possible. If you're OCD, then I'm sorry. This you will probably have to measure each of these, but and if your marker starts to dry out, which it looks like when I'm going too fast it is, and of course I'm keeping it open all this time, so I need to scoot this up a little bit. So I can stay on my scrap paper. I say quick and easy, and then it's taken me how many minutes? Like 2 minutes to do this. You can see when I go a little slower, I get a better ink laying down. Sort of like when you stamp and you hold your stamp in place a little bit longer, you can transfer more ink, right? All right, there we go. Done. That wasn't too painful, right? Okay, so let's do some stamping. We want to get our truck stamp done. So I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper here. There are 2 steps to the actual stamp itself. So, and we're going to do 2 of them because we want that truck, that little trailer on the back of it. So I'm going to, I have used this stamp, but you know, I just want to, I feel like I'm not getting a good imprint, so I'm going to just rub it on my paper a little bit, and on my scrap paper, and just rough up that surface. You'll be able to get that photopolymer to grab a little more ink for you. Excuse me. Okay, before I punch it out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the color part, so you don't even have to color it in. This is really cool. And I just have to sort of get my head in here and try to line that up a little bit. I should have done that with this stamp too. You can see how spotty that is, but it actually looks sort of cool. This one should be better. I'm just going to rub it a little bit on here. Okay, see if I can line this up. Ta-da! Another spotted one. This looks really cool. It looks like that speckled pottery stuff. All right, I really want to wash this, but do I have anything in here to wash it? Here's some spray. I don't like to leave this red on here for a terribly long time. All right, so let's see. We've got 2 trailers. We also need a our gifts in the back. So I'm going to do, now unfortunately there's no punch for this, so you're just going to have to stamp that or cut that out by hand. So I'll put that right there. And I'm going to do this while I have my red ink pad ready here, because excuse me, this goes right on here, and I might have to get it here where I can get my head over top of it. Pardon my messy hair day. There we go. Cute, cute. Okay, we have one more thing to stamp, and that goes on our circle, and that is our tree. Let me close the red. Well, we're not finished with that. Let's stamp that first. We have two more things to stamp. I lied. I have this tag from our styled. Oh, I got black ink on my hands. Yikes. Okay. Well, I guess we'll use the opposite side, which isn't horrible. Anyway, Stylish Shapes dies, the little banner. And see if we can get this nice and straight there. And again, get that red cleaned off of there. Okay, and then what did I say? Oh, I need to do the trees. So there's two steps to the trees. I have them both on here. I'm going to do the solid part first, which I don't typically do, but the outline part is more of a shading part, and it's not really an outline. I want to turn this so that I can see where I'm stamping it. And I'm not stamping it on the truck. I want to stamp it so that when I put the truck on my card, it will hopefully be in the right place. I'm not still happy with how this is picking up ink here. Why am I having trouble with that today? I used these stamps before. Okay, and then on the other piece, the other stamp to that, I'm going to do that one in black and just go over it just to highlight. Sort of gives the outline and gives a little bit of shading. There we go. I sort of got that off, but okay. Now let's get these punched. I'm going to go ahead and punch both of them, and then now this is made with pieces in order to, like, you could make these trucks without the stamps. You could use this punch as a builder punch. Oh, that just went right down my top. But I don't think I did that on any of them. I just love the stamp design, and I probably will always use that part. So I haven't used really any of these unless you want to pop some wheels up on there. Let's go ahead and just cut this out of here. I'm not going to be real careful. Well, let me just chop it out of there first. I'm not going to be real careful with cutting because we are making a quick card, right? Quick and easy. Chop, chop. Chop, chop. Just don't chop any pieces off while you're doing it, or your fingers. Oh, goodness. Quick and safe is what we want to do. All right, there we go. Now that's going to go back in the back of the trailer. Let's get all these junk pieces out of here. All right, which one do we want for our full truck? I think we'll do this one for the full one, and then this one for the trailer. So you see this line right here where the bed starts. We're just going to trim that off and then just bring this in till that pops off. And there we go. We got our trailer that quick. Actually, I didn't cut that very straight, so let me straighten that out. There we go. And then you can take whatever you cut off. You can cut a little piece of this maybe. And, you know, we have to attach it somehow, right? It can't just be like hanging in the air. It's got to hang on to something. So we're going to attach that with a little bit of glue. And what I'm going to try to do is not to get that big glob of glue on there. I'm just going to dab. And I'm just dipping into the glob that I just put on this scrap paper, because I do not need to squeeze, obviously. All right, now I can position this on here, position this on here, and get them lined up like I like. Let them dry for a second while I put this away. Okay, let's grab our little pieces here. I've got a gray, a white that I tore the edge off of, and this little piece of paper. It's from, if you see the other side, it's shiny. It's from a Christmas paper that we have online right now. It came out with the five different papers. And I'm going to position this on here. It was a perfect little strip that I needed just to add some accent. Oh, I did that wrong. Shoot, I glued it to the torn part. That's not what I wanted to do. Silly me. Oh well, maybe I can put some glitter on there and make it look like it's supposed to be snow. That sounds like a good idea, right? And then I'm just going to put a little glue. I say a little glue. This bottle is going crazy. And I'm just covering the top of this strip of red, just so a little bit of that shows. And thank goodness for my adhesive eraser, because I'm making a mess today. All right, so let that sit there for a second while I clean my fingers off. And we also have a vellum circle that I cut a little larger than this one, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. I love vellum, and I love how it softens everything and makes it look really whimsical. All right, this should be dry. Let's put some dimensionals on that. We've got some pieces here that'll work great. All right, I think that's ready to go on. One more thing we need to do before we stick that on, though, is to tie our ribbon around here. And I'm just using linen thread. And I see that this gray piece is a little shorter than my other stuff, and I want them to be the same length, so I'm just going to trim those. All right. Now, I did, on this one, I did color, I colored my thread with a marker, but I'm not going to do that because we don't need to add any time to this card, I don't think. And it's going to be a little hard to tie something that's so small and flimsy, but we'll see what we can do. Looks like I got plenty of cord here, so we should be good with that. Let's see if I can just tie that around there, keep my finger on here. There we go. Snip, snip. All right, now we can do that. So that's just going to get glued right on here, but let's get our truck sort of in place first, and then we can glue that down. All right, so let's see where my tree's going to be there. My trailer, got that. This is not how I want it here, so let me, I don't want it sticking to you yet. Okay, well, it's stuck, so I guess that's just going to stay where it is. I'll stick it to that first, and then we'll put it down on here. It's not quite straight, but it's got to go where the tree is, right? So it's got to be there. And then we're just going to tuck a little bit of glue under here, and that will put that whole piece in place. All right, so that's the hardest part, all done. Let's just glue these all together. And let me just get my pieces here, and we'll dump the rest of this. And we have our base piece of Mossy Meadow. And good one here. Oh, I did rough this up. And if you like that look of the little curled, I did take my scissors and just went along it, roughed it up a little bit. You can sort of go like this and curl up those corners a little bit, since it's supposed to be sort of a rustic card. you might like that. Some people like this, some people don't. So don't feel like you have to do that if it's not something that you enjoy. Some people like their paper to look more pristine. But I will go ahead and rough this up. Since my class, I'll have another sample for class. And last corner. And you can even do little tears in it if you like it really rustic. And then you can just sort of curl them up. Just do a little tear here. Just rough that up. It's really hard to do that to your paper, isn't it? After you spent all that time making it beautiful. Like, oh, now you just rip it. All right, well, I see how you are. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that stuff. All right, there we go. I think that I cut this paper really crooked for some reason. Let me just check that real quick while I have the ability to make some changes. Let's see this first and see if this is at 5.5, and it is. So my paper is really crooked. And I think it's this end right here, yeah. It's going to be a little short. I did a terrible job cutting that. And I'm going to cut off just a little bit on this side so that it looks a little more uniform. No, I need to rough up those edges. That was dumb. At least I still have that little tear there, right? Get that little tear there. Okay. There we go. That looks better. Can't have crooked paper. Okay, so we are ready to put this guy in place, and I'm going to use liquid glue just because it's bumpy and it's going to be too hard to put the other adhesive on. And we'll just center that as good as we can. I have this a little off center here, but and I do want to put a little glue under that. Okay, and then we have two more things to do. We have this tag to put on. So we'll put some dimensionals there. And then we forgot our gifts, or I forgot the gifts. I didn't forget them, but kept them till the very last. Little surprise. And I'm gluing just the base of that because I want it to stick to the truck here. And what I'm going to do is, before I stick that down, I'm going to put a dimensional here, and that will keep it in place while it glues to the truck, and it will keep it popped up as well. There we go. All right, and then we need some bling. Well, it's not really bling, it's just a little added. It's not shiny, so I guess, can you still call it bling if it's not shiny? So we could use the gray, the vanilla. We could even use the black. So maybe I'll do one of each. And maybe a vanilla. I don't know if I want to do vanilla on white though, so I'll put it out here. Okay, that is it for that card. We are on to our final card. Okay, here we are with the fourth and final project. And I want to show you step by step how to do this, and show you how really easy it is. It's really exciting. The dies are this set. It's from the annual catalog, and you may have missed it just like I did. They're called Wanted to Say dies. They are a standalone die set. I love all things words in dies, so I was very excited when I found these. Now, I did some samples to show you, but I didn't use any of these. I just used the words. I wanted you to see the words. So just know that these are also available as additional things that you can put on your cards. And I want to show you these because I know I'll forget at the end. This is one that we did at a team meeting, and I just thought that was pretty neat. This is our lemon lolly ribbon with silver edges. This is also one we did at our team meeting, shoebox swap. And there you can see, actually that's not from this set. These flowers are not from that set, because these are tinier. So just so you know. I did this one with the happy birthday because I forgot that there was one on here, but yeah. And then I did the celebrate, which I think turned out really cute with more of that shimmery. It's a very, very big celebration. And then this one, You're Too Kind. So those are all the other words that are in this set besides the Feel Better Soon. I think that's it. I think I got them all. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to grab my silicone mat. I have a piece of 2 3/4 by 5 1/4 inches. And I have all of these pieces already cut out. And I have them just like this for everybody in class because they're in order. So it's going to be really quick and easy to do. And we are just going to plop those right on here. So let's get started. I'm going to make this one up here off the edge just a little bit. Got to make sure you get the right side though, because both sides of this paper is very beautiful. And then I have these little gold pieces that we are going to use just this glue to put on, because it's very thin. And I'm trying to keep everything even along this edge so that we don't have to cut that edge at all. Next is this one. Next is this one. And it's very easy to do if you just follow right down the picture. Next is this one. Oops. That one was not even in the end, and I'm gonna want to flip that around. I should have checked that before I put it down. That one's not a good end either. It was very hard to cut all these pieces. Now, I told you that this is a great one for your scraps, but when I'm doing something for class and everything has to be the same, obviously I'm not using my scrap pieces. I'm using regular pieces. And I was able to cut for 30 some people out of one pack of paper, enough of supplies. So that's how little it takes to do this card. And that one I'm running off the edge there. The adhesive, I don't want that to be sticking out, so I'm going to tuck that. Okay, there we go. And we want lines. So I try to alternate lines or like graphic looks and flowers, just as if I was putting a quilt together and I would want different types of prints. And we're going to do this one. I'm going to overlap a little because I'm going to have to trim that. And then one more gold piece. And these are so thin that it took very little of a pack. I think it took less than one sheet, maybe, or 2 sheets of this to cut all of these little gold pieces. Or champagne. I'm not sure that they're really gold. They look more champagne to me. And 2 more pieces, I think, is all we need. All right, now here comes the really, really easy part. First of all, I'm going to trim any of this edge that I went over just to get a nice straight edge. I'm going to do, by the magic of television and these lovely decal dies, okay, I'm going to use the 3rd one in, and I'm just going to place it right like this. And boom, there we go. Okay, now we can just pop this all together And I do have this scored because it is thick white cardstock, so it usually requires a scoring to get a nice edge on that. And I'm just going to glue this down. Whoops, I'm not sure why that's doing that. Just go around the edge here a little bit. All right, make sure we're not overlapping. And we're just going to give this a little edge on our card, like so. And then we have our letters cut out, which this looks like somebody may have cut that edge off there. Okay, well, I did put adhesive sheets on the back of this. I'm hoping that it will be easy enough to peel off. Let's see if I can get a good start here. Sometimes that's more trouble than it's worth, but you know how narrow these are to put adhesive on, and that's why I did bring this along, which really works great. But I think that we can make this work. It's a very long piece to try to stick down all at once. Actually, it looks to me like these centers might come out of here. Some of them might not, because it tends to not cut through that sheet, which I like because then you can peel it easier. But in some of these spots it has gone through, so it's going to be easier for me to just lose those pieces ahead of time. Let me see if I can pop this one out and this one. Okay. Now that should make it a little bit easier to... Oh, I missed a couple. What was I thinking? I missed these guys. Alright. Now I think I got them all. Just separating the backing there. And I missed one more right here. Oh, that's the one that was still attached. Okay, now I'm going to put this on the dark so I can see this white background a little bit better. Boom. That wasn't too bad once you got it off the paper. And then I am going to use some small dimensional pieces here and try to pop this up a little. I've got, these were just sitting here. These are some of the strips from our other adhesive. But if you have your edge pieces here, you can make some nice little strips if you want. And there's a nice little piece we can pop on here somewhere. Well, I ran that one over the edge. Silly. See, haste makes waste. My father always said, take your time and do the job right. And I just was rushing. I'm trying to peel this off as I go because it's a little hard to see all these little pieces if I've gotten everything. So let's cut a couple more little strips here. Alright, we'll put this one in here. I think that T needs something, so let's do a little piece right here. We don't want him hanging out there crooked. Or it's not a T, it's an F, sorry. It looked like a T. Okay, pop that on there. We have some bling to add. I'm using the Festive Pearls and just using the gold from this set. And we'll throw a few of those on there, and they will be a gorgeous accent. And voila. Okay, wasn't so hard, except for my peeling the back of the card, right? All right, I hope that you enjoyed these projects. Again, you'll see the website up here that you can, it has the host code in it, or just use the host code if you know where my website is. And if you place an order of $40 or more this month, you will get these 4 projects in the mail so that you can do them. And also, just remember what I said at the beginning, that it's free shipping today through Wednesday, so October 9th through 11th. And if you'd like to sign up as a demonstrator, so that you can get the free shipping and the extra stuff in the kit, I will still send you these, okay? You can still have these free projects. So again, if you have any questions about any of that, please contact me. You can message me on Facebook, or however, if you, I think on my group page, I think my information is there. And you can get a hold of me, or just comment, and I'll be checking it. And thank you all for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you commenting. Let me know which is your favorite card. If there's any questions that you have, I will answer them as soon as I can. Take care. God bless.